A friend of mine reached out the other day and he told me that his email was sending emails to himself. Okay, that's weird. But as you can see here, it's his email and it's sending emails to him. This is a case of email spoofing, and email spoofing can be used for various purposes. Somebody can spoof a company you trust. Somebody can spoof their email and then they send you a malicious link or something to hack your system or your account. Somebody spoofed his email and then used his email to send some very weird looking file. Okay, for a normal user, when you see these, you'll think like, oh, it's my bank sending it's my bank asking me to verify my account or something. And then when you read this, you will think that your bank account has a problem and you need to open the document and see what they're saying. So I downloaded the document and opened it. Let's open it. And this is what you see when you open the document. It asks you to enter your password, maybe to verify or something. So let's just, okay, before we enter our password, let's check our traffic. So I open the browser, DevTools, I go to the network section, and here is where we'll be seeing all the traffic activities. We type the password 123, and then we click download. Now as you download, pay attention to what's happening. You see there's some traffic happening here. There's some data going, maybe coming, I don't know. Okay, as you might have noticed, it has redirected you to the official Adobe website. If you logged in earlier to the Adobe website, you will think like maybe it was an issue with the browser and everything is working okay. I have already logged in, that is why you see my account here. But in other cases where somebody has not logged in, it will ask you to log in and then you'll enter your details again. But you might be wondering, actually you've seen me typing the wrong email and the wrong password, but it has, you know, redirected me to the official web page for Adobe, which is weird. Now let's inspect the traffic. So let's go back to the first, I don't know if it's a request or something. Let's go back to the first one here and let's open it. Now when you open it, you'll realize that the first activity was a post request. Where was this post request going? Okay, we all know that a post request is when data is being sent to a server or when data is being sent. Now this post request is going to this address. Now let's open this address in the browser. Okay, it says form submitted, so it's just an endpoint that accepts data. Now let's try something else again. Let's just delete these parameters here. I think this is basically a service that helps you collect data. I think it's sort of like, how is it, Google questionnaires or sheets or something, how you can send a questionnaire using Google. I think it's the same thing here. So these guys are innocent. These guys, they just provide a service, so we cannot try to punish these guys. But let's see how we can punish the guy receiving this data, or the guy who has subscribed to this service. So we know there is an endpoint here and it's a post request. Now let's see what data is being sent. Now when you go to the payload section, you will see that it's redirecting after you've submitted, but the data that will be going is your email and your password. Just like that, this guy will have your email and your password. If your email is not as secure as how Google tries to help people secure their account, this guy will have effectively gained access to your email account. Now this can be used for other purposes, like for example, the form can be designed in such a way that it asks you for your card details, your card number, your CVV, security code, and your year of expiry. Now with those details, somebody can go and buy themselves something online with your money. But for today, this guy just wanted your email and your password. So let's see how can we punish this guy. One way is we can try to send random emails and random passwords to that API endpoint that the guy is registered to. Eventually, I think the service will realize that there is some weird activity and they will block his account, and we would have effectively helped other people not to expose their data. So let me fire up my Visual Studio Code and we get to work. So I'll try to speed up the coding process so that you can save on time, but I will explain everything later once I'm done with this part. Now we're done writing the script, and basically we're importing the request module since we'll be sending a request, a post request, and then we're importing the random module since we'll be generating random passwords and random emails. And then we're importing the time module because we will set the script to run after every 5 seconds. So we start by storing our API endpoint in a variable. This is how you define a variable in Python, in case you didn't know. And then we define a function that will generate a random email. And then we define a function that will generate a random password. And then after all that is done, we define our request body. Next, we are sending the data to the API endpoint, and then we collect the data here, the request body, which is this one here, which is basically the email and the password. And then we have this that will tell us if the email has been sent or not. Okay, not the email, whether the data has been sent or not for that particular email. And then we tell the script run after every 5 seconds. So after every 5 seconds, it will be sending data to that person.